Hi guys, welcome back. Why is this wet? Hi guys, welcome back to Minimal Minds. I'm Taylor. Today we're going to be talking about eyebrows, and today I'm going to be telling you how I maintain my brows, how I do my brows, and all the products that I use. So let's just jump right into it. First thing that I'm going to talk about is my tweezers, and I'm using the Beauty 360 stainless steel tweezers. I got these at Target. I want to say they're about $7, somewhere around there, but these are by far the best tweezers that I've used. Not cheaply made, and you can tell that there's quality in these tweezers. That's why you're paying $7. I know you can find some that are way cheaper than that could probably still do the job, but for me personally, I need a really solid set of tweezers. I have some really stubborn hairs. The one thing that I want to mention about cleaning up your eyebrows is that it's really important that you do it day to day. I know sometimes it's a little bit tedious to do it every day, but that is the best way that you're going to be able to maintain your brow shape. So I highly recommend that you do pluck your eyebrows on a daily basis. Just when you're getting ready to fill in your eyebrows, just right before, go in really quick and just start tweezing all the stray hairs that you see. So now I'm going to talk about the products that I use to fill in my brows and also to carve my brows. I'll get into the carving part a little bit later. The first thing that I like to set on my brows is my eyebrow primer, and I'm using the NYX Proof It waterproof eyebrow primer. This runs for about $7, I believe. I'll leave all the products that I use in the description box below, so you can go ahead and check those out, but I believe it's around $7. I've been using this for a while now, probably ever since I kind of started doing the really high definition eyebrows that I have right now. I don't know the effects of not having the eyebrow primer on because I really don't want to risk it. I have super oily skin, so it's really important for me to be able to keep my eyebrows set, so that's why I use a waterproof primer. So far so good. I really like it. I've gone through probably like 4 bottles of this stuff. It's kind of an interesting texture. It's kind of like a moussey texture, but then it dries pretty hard, so that way it keeps your brows in place. Now, as far as filling in my brows, I use 2 different products. They're both by Anastasia, which is pretty high end. They run for about 20 to 25 bucks a piece. But if you don't have the budget for Anastasia Beverly Hills, you can definitely opt out for NYX, who has a similar product for their brows. Pretty sure they have a brow pomade as well, but they also have one that comes in a tube that my aunt actually uses. She really likes it, so you can also opt out for that, and it's way cheaper. But the one that I use is by Anastasia, and it is the Dip Brow Pomade in chocolate. I used to use the one in light brown, I believe, but I went down to chocolate for a darker shade. I wanted something that would better match the roots of my hair, and also it would help make my eyebrows stand out in photos more. It's really about personal preference. You can definitely ask anyone at the Spehora for which one they think you should use that's best for your hair color and everything like that. They definitely help you out. And the other product that I use to fill in my brows is the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel, and this one is an espresso. And I like to use this mostly because I'm able to color my brows a lot faster rather than having to fill it in with the pomade. I'll show you how I use the pomade and the brow gel in a little bit. I feel like the brow gel is a little less abrasive on my eyebrows and a little less intense on the eyes. My eyebrows are obviously still intense, but this makes it a little bit easier to do them every day. It makes it a little bit quicker in the process. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is carving my brows. And when I mean carving, I'm talking about really enhancing the shape of your brows by using concealer. And to carve out my brows, I've been using 2 different products. They are both by NYX, so they're pretty inexpensive. I've been using the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer, and this one is in number 10, which is the yellow shade. And then I've also been using a NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone, which I believe is number 3. I realize that the eyeshadow base is not a concealer, but I didn't want to use the yellow concealer above my brows because then it makes it too harsh, so I decided to use the eyeshadow base that was more of my skin color. And so the reason that I used the super yellow toned one underneath my eyes is to at the same time give my eyebrows a highlight, so it really makes the brow bone stand out. I feel like this is the most important part about doing your brows, just because it really cleans up everything and it fixes all your mistakes, and it gives you that really clean cut eyebrow line that everyone's wanting on Instagram. Now, one of the last products that I use on my brows is a clear brow gel, and this one is also by Anastasia. There's other brow gels out there that you could use. I'm pretty sure, oh my god, what is it called? I forgot what the company is, but the same company that makes the pink and green mascara tube. They have a brow gel, I'm pretty sure. So there are other options for you to get other than the Anastasia high-end ones. Okay, so as far as brushes go, I use very specific brushes for my eyebrows. I have a MAC 266 angled brush, and this brush is really freaking old. Like, I found this back in middle school, somewhere on the floor. I cleaned it, so don't worry. What I really like about this brush is that it's so small and so stiff that I'm really able to get a really clean, concise line on my brows. I'm also using the It Cosmetics brow spoolie. This comes in a set with 3 or 4 other brushes. It's double-ended, so it comes with a liner brush on the other end as well, but I prefer to use the MAC one because, like I said, it's smaller and it makes it a more clean line, and this one's a little too fluffy for my liking, so I just use the spoolie in to really comb out my brows as I'm doing them. And the last brush that I use for my brows is for carving, and that is just a plain Spehora concealer brush. I got this in a set for Christmas maybe a couple years ago. It works really well to get a nice clean line when you're carving out your brows, which is really, really important, so that way you get the perfect shape for your eyebrows. Okay, so those are all the products that I have to use on my brows, so now let's just jump into the tutorial. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is cleaning up my brows, and I'm going to create my ideal brow shape with my pomade. I would recommend using a brow pencil for this, just so that way it's a more concise line, but I didn't have a brow pencil on me, so I'm just going to use my pomade. And after that, I'm going to start tweezing away all the straight hairs outside of the line that I created for my brows. And now you can see the difference before and after shaping my brows. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same to the other side, so I'm just creating my ideal shape for my brows, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and start tweezing all the stray hairs. After that, I'm going to start wiping away all that excess product so that way we can actually start filling in the brows. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set down my NYX waterproof eyebrow primer, and I'm just going to smooth this over my brows in the direction I want my hairs to go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just comb through it really quick so that way it distributes the product evenly. So now I'm going to take my Anastasia tinted brow gel and start filling in my brows. It's okay if it's a little messy because we're going to clean it up later, and I like to feather out the front of the brows for more of a gradient look. Now I'm going to take my Anastasia dip brow and start shaping my brows with my MAC 266 brush, and I try not to fill in the brow so much with this product because I'm really trying to focus on the tail of the brow and the overall shape. And to make the tail, I try to follow the natural angle of my hairs and then extend to my desired length. I do overline my brows a little bit just to make them a little bit thicker, but I try not to go too far where it looks like I'm totally crazy. Now I'm going to start carving out my brows with my NYX Above and Beyond concealer in yellow, and I'm taking my Sephora concealer brush, and I'm starting to follow the natural hairline as well as the line we created with the pomade for the tail. And now I'm going to start doing the same with my eyeshadow base on the top of my brows, but more for the ends of the brows, keeping the front kind of shaggy so that way it kind of has a more natural look. And then now I'm going to start blending out that concealer with my Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. So I'm going to set my brows with a little bit of powder so that way they stay put. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to comb through my brows really quick with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Okay, so that is everything I have to say about doing my brows. I hope that helped you guys out. Ellie, this was specifically for you because I know you asked me to do this video a little while ago, so I hope this really helped you out. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, and go ahead and give this video a like, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can see other videos that I'll be posting, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!